Thank you for allowing me to interview you today. My name is Kelsey Connor, and this interview is for an assignment in my Communication Research Methods class. I will be asking you questions about your student experiences at Missouri State University. The interview should last approximately 20 minutes, and with your permission, this interview will be video recorded for later viewing so that others and I can assess my skills as an interviewer. Do I have your permission to video this interview?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions before we get started?
Not so far, no.
Okay. So, to start the interview off, could you please tell me your name and your year in school?
I'm Mackenzie Adams, and I'm actually a junior in school. We'll be graduating a year late, so kind of a sophomore in my classes, but I'm a junior in school.
Okay, cool. What's your current major?
Public Relations and Entertainment Management. I'm a double major.
Oh, wow. How many hours is that going to take you?
Oh, it's going to take me a while, and the last couple of semesters I've actually only taken 12 credit hours this semester, so I'm way behind. It's going to take me 5 years to graduate. Now it'll be 5.5. So I'm kind of a lifer right now. I like being a student, so it's okay. I'm okay.
Since you are a double major, I'm assuming you don't have a minor.
No,
Okay.
no minor.
Okay. So why did you choose this specific major, or to double major?
PR is something I've always kind of been interested in. My aunt actually works for the Springfield Conventions Bureau here in Springfield, and I've done a lot of work with her, and there's a PR rep in her department, and I just always thought it would be interesting. She travels a lot. Thought it was going to be, kind of a cool, fun job, and so then I came down here, decided to do PR, and I realized I had to have a major or minor, and my roommate from my freshman year was majoring in entertainment management, and it just kind of blew my mind, all the stuff that she said, EMA, Entertainment Management Association, and all the stuff that they were doing, and some of the classes she was taking, the stuff she got to do, and so I looked up. They have a PowerPoint online of students that have graduated and what they're doing now, kind of a thing, and kind of looked into that, and both majors together kind of fall perfectly into what I want to do, what I see myself doing.
That's cool. Could you, I'm not really familiar with the kind of course load that entertainment management, students kind of have. Could you kind of explain that to me, because I'm really not familiar with it at all?
Yeah, it's actually in the business department, so you have to be admitted into COBA, which that part is the hardest part, I think, for me, because there's, statistics and macro, micro, accounting, and I'm horrible with numbers, and it's, but you have to do all that stuff and get admitted into COBA before you can do the fun stuff. But, I've taken 286, it's a business communications course, it's kind of finding out how to talk to, different people throughout your company. I'm in law 231 right now. It's business law. It's really fun, really interesting, which surprised me. But once you start getting into your course load, it's a lot of, planning different events. They plan a soccer game every year. That's kind of a big deal. Kind of event management, venue management, stuff like that. So it actually, once you get past the crappy stuff, it's a lot of fun.
I actually have a cousin, and she lives up in St. Louis, and she does event management for the big museum up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her and her husband, they got a free wedding up at the museum there. She
That'd
got
be
married
awesome.
there. So yeah, maybe you'll get some swag with her.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you talk to any other people before you decided on this specific double major?
Honestly, not really. Besides, just, like you said, working with my aunt, and, I had my roommate that was doing it, and I went to a couple EMA meetings with her. That's really how I got introduced to it, but I never really talked to anybody about my decision to do that. I feel like when I found out that that's kind of what I wanted to do, I just was like, that's what I'm doing, and I stuck with it, and I didn't really need to hear anyone else's opinions at that point, so not really.
So you said you kind of looked at, the PowerPoint of all the students who had graduated with this type of,
Yeah.
did it kind of explain, what they were, you said that it kind of explained what they were doing now?
Yeah.
So you kind of looked into those types of careers that you might be interested in?
Yeah.
What would you want with a double major in public relations and entertainment management, what do you think that you will be doing with that? Event planning, venue management. What were you kind of looking at?
There's a couple different things I've been interested in. I've kind of wanted to do like PR for a corporate agency and do something like with makeup or something like that. Also, I'm kind of wanting to do like music management and maybe do PR for like a big record label or something like that. And a third thing, I've always competed in pageants when I was little, and I've kind of had a hand in like directing and some stuff like that. So I know a couple really big systems that I wouldn't mind doing PR for and doing planning for. So I have a couple routes that I definitely could see myself going, and I would almost like to have a little bit of a hand in them all. And both majors kind of give me that, can lead me down those paths. Yeah.
So, what has been your most valuable learning experience at Missouri State?
I think one of my most valuable learning experiences, besides just living on my own and being away from home, because I had a real issue with being homesick. It's just me and my mom and my dad at home, and I come from a really small town, so I had issues with that. So being on my own was a big thing, but in like the class atmosphere, I think it was probably group,
Like learning how to work with a group.
Yeah, that was hard for me. I like you were saying, I want to get things done, and I've had a lot of people that I procrastinate with, and I also kind of take a lead role a lot, and so I feel like there's been a lot of groups that I've been in. I feel like in every class I have 3 group projects, and half the time I end up with most of the work, which is okay, because I like to have a big hand in how my grade goes, but it's kind of frustrating to me. Sometimes I'm like, I just wish I could do it all on my own, like sit down and not have to.
Yeah, that's kind of my situation too. And I also feel like this semester, I'm sure that you and I probably have, I'm a public relations major as well, so I'm sure that you and I probably have a lot of the same classes maybe this semester, and I feel like there have been just a lot of group projects. And I kind of feel the exact same way. I kind of want to take the lead, but you can't always do that.
No.
All right. So, what did you learn from this experience? Maybe the experience of actually having to live on your own, or even what did you learn from working more with groups?
I think living on my own, I just learned to be a lot more independent, and I've learned to, kind of. I still, I miss my family, but I've been able to learn how to turn that homesickness into, more of a driving force. And I definitely in my group work, I've learned to, kind of step back and listen to what other people want to do and their opinions and ideas, which, has been hard for me with group work, but I've definitely learned how to do that.
Okay, so if you could offer one piece of advice to a prospective Missouri State University student, what would it be?
I would tell them this isn't the biggest piece of advice that I think I can offer, but something that I've learned is to not really slack off in school when it comes to credit hours. Like I said, I've kind of moseyed along and retaken a class here. And I've not done a lot of credit hours, and although I know what I want to do, but it's going to take me a long time to do it, so at times it can be kind of frustrating to realize that I'm not going to be out of school as soon as I could have been if I wouldn't have, I want to take this semester easy, or, I feel like this is going to be a hard semester for me, let me take 12 credit hours. So, just to, kind of get in there.
Just get it over with.
Yeah, not get it over with, but realize that there is the goal after college is the goal. You don't need to be, get there. So, and that's not for everybody, but for students like myself, I feel like that's a piece of advice that I would offer.
All right. So today you've kind of shared with me your experiences at Missouri State University, and you've also kind of offered other students advice as well. So do you have any questions for me before we conclude the interview?
I do not know.
Okay, thank you for your time and participating.
Thank you.